Tesla just confirmed some massive changes are coming to both the Model 3 and Model Y very soon. Do not buy these cars right now because this one change in particular is going to be absolutely insane and definitely worth waiting for. Plus, speaking of waiting, Tesla's trying to entice people not to wait by offering some pretty big freebies that'll be worth thousands and thousands of dollars, but only for limited time. Speaking of thousands of dollars, Cybertruck pricing just leaked and it's not good. It's way more expensive than many people are probably hoping for. I'll give you the bad news in a moment. And also, Tesla is working to bring Waze to your Tesla, built in a very interesting way that might actually be better than you were expecting. If you want Waze inside of your Tesla, I've got some good news for you. It's coming soon. Here's the biggest news happening in the wild world of Tesla that you need to know about right now. Also, huge thanks to Magback for sponsoring this video. Their rim case is one of the best accessories for your Model 3 or Model Y. More on this, though, in just a moment. First up for today, some big news on new Tesla freebies, as Tesla is looking to incentivize as many owners as possible to take delivery of some new cars before the end of the year by deploying a couple of different tactics, some exciting and giving away some stuff for free, and some other tactics that are a bit more focused on doom and gloom. Tesla just did something they've never done before last quarter by allowing owners to transfer their full self-driving purchase from an older Tesla to a newer Tesla, and this move alone convinced many people to take the plunge, buy a new car, and it certainly moved the sales figures in the right direction, which is probably why Tesla is deploying a similar tactic, a new special here for some owners in Q4. Just a few days ago, they announced that they would allow owners to transfer their free unlimited supercharging from an older Tesla to a new model Tesla, an S, X, or Y, that is delivered by the end of the year. Tesla has obviously found a large market in older Tesla owners sort of unwilling to part with their vehicles for one reason or another, probably full self-driving or those still clinging to free unlimited supercharging. So in order to sort of get those sales going, Tesla's going to allow you for a limited time to transfer that freebie you have from one Tesla to a newer one. Many owners are super excited about this, but that's not the only tactic Tesla is using, as the other one is a bit more fearful, one that relies more on doom and gloom, warning owners or potential owners with big, bold warnings all over the website that federal incentives may be changing, may be cut in half after this year, so encouraging anyone to take delivery before the end of the year or risk losing out on thousands and thousands of dollars in savings. And speaking of prices, Tesla also just did a couple of price adjustments in Canada and the US. In Canada, they actually lowered the price of the Model 3 and Model Y, which is super cool to see. But in the United States, they raised the price of one Tesla in particular by $5,000, and that is the Model X Plaid. And as someone who just took delivery not even 2 weeks ago of a Model X Plaid, super excited I did so when I did because for whatever reason, that car in particular just went up by $5,000, now starting at $94,990. Next, I've got some important updates to share on the leaked Model 3 Plaid from last week because there's some new good news and also some bad news depending on your hopes and dreams for this particular model. Now, many have been quick to point out that the leaked Plaid badge on the back of this vehicle actually isn't the Plaid badge that Tesla uses on the S and the X. Rather, it looks to be a ludicrous type image that might suggest that this might not be a Model 3 Plaid, but a Model 3 Performance, possibly with ludicrous mode or Model 3 Ludicrous. Not exactly sure what the naming is here, but doesn't actually look to be the same Plaid spec that's in the other Teslas. Many have suggested that this Model 3 Ludicrous may only have one Plaid motor or an upgraded dual motor configuration that would have a faster top speed and faster 0 to 60 speed than the current Model 3 Performance, but not super close or rival the Model X or at least the Model S Plaid, as Tesla still wants to keep some separation between those two vehicles and not cannibalize sales from Model S owners going down to a Model 3 Performance. And for reference, the current Model 3 Performance can do 0 to 60 in just 3.1 seconds, while Tesla says the Model S Plaid can do the same 0 to 60 in 1.99 seconds. Maybe there's a middle ground around 2.5-ish seconds, which is still super crazy, giving you ludicrous speed mode, as that is the 0 to 60 time of the Model X Plaid. So something in that range would be crazy to see, and hopefully, according to sort of these leaked images and these specifications, we'll get more info on this Model 3 Performance soon with a souped-up ludicrous mode. Next up, I've got an update on Cybertruck, and this is not good news because pricing has just leaked. Now that we've seen this thing all over the road and all over the country, quite frankly, we've got the official date for the delivery event, November 30th at Giga Texas. We've just been waiting for a couple of other small, minor details like range and final specs and, of course, pricing. And our biggest break in pricing may have just leaked, though as always, take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. According to a reservation holder for the Cybertruck who posted on a Cybertruck Facebook group, they said that Tesla had actually called them and wanted to confirm if they wanted to move forward with the delivery. They said only 2 available options would be ready for initial orders, a dual and tri-motor, and then they also said that the price would be, at least for this tri-motor offering, $98,990 plus the price of full self-driving, which in this case, this reservation holder was able to lock in at what seems today like a steal at just $7,000. Now again, it's important to remember that this is not the base starting price of the Cybertruck, but rather the starting price of the tri-motor variant. And when you look at the Model S Plaid, or maybe a little bit of a better comparison here, the Model X Plaid, which is about $95,000, this isn't all that crazy, but yeah, it looks like, at least according to this post, one potential price for the highest end Cybertruck offering could be right under $100,000, putting it about in the same park, if not a little bit higher than what Rivian's offering with sort of their higher end R1Ts. Now, this next story is a bit of a special announcement, and one that I'm excited to make, and I'll keep it brief because I can jabber on too long, but TeslaNewsWeekly.com is where you can go. I'm going to be delivering some awesome Tesla news to your inbox every single week, run by yours truly. Totally free, doesn't cost a thing. In fact, I'm doing some giveaways on that newsletter to actually give stuff away to you guys as a thank you. It's TeslaNewsWeekly.com. I'm partnering with Drive Protected. They are our inaugural sponsor. They make some amazing, really beautiful DIY PPF kits for your Tesla. They're expertly crafted, super easy to do on your own. I'll leave a link to them down below. But yeah, launching in November, launching very soon. Check it out, TeslaNewsWeekly.com, totally free. Subscribe today. Thank you very much. We've also gotten word that these new Model 3 refresh deliveries have begun in certain parts of the world, so congratulations to all of those owners who are finally taking delivery of this new Tesla. And we've also received confirmation, at least some strong hinting, that the reason the Model 3 refresh wasn't rolled out more globally, or at least specifically here in North America just yet, is because Tesla is still finalizing that performance model, and because it's not done just yet, they can't finish the more global rollout. Sources say it's still on track for a release in North America sometime in the beginning of next year, likely in Q1 of 2024. And sort of speaking of that, I thought this might be also a good time to sort of give you a bit of a update to what we know about the Model Y refresh, because there's been a lot of changes with the Model Y recently, some new info you should know about. And if you're in the market for a Model Y, or you're a Model Y owner right now, listen up, because there are like several big changes happening in stages that are going to change the Model Y a lot over the next year or so. Now, to tell you the truth, as excited as I am to finally see these massive upgrades come to the Model 3 and Model Y all around the world, there is still one fatal flaw with these vehicles, and really every car on the road, and that is curb rash that can look like this or look like this. You want to keep your rims protected, safe, keep them looking pristine, and only one product is going to do that in a perfect way that's super easy to install. And also, my favorite part here, it's totally modular, and that is the rim case made by Magback. Personally, I have been loving and using the rim case on my Model Y, and there are 3 big things that I love here about rim case. One is that the installation is super simple. You can do it in just a couple of minutes in the comfort of your driveway or your garage. And also, I love that it's got a modular design. So if the worst does happen and you get curb rash, or you get a scuff or a scrape or something happens, you just pop off the piece that was affected, pop in the new piece, and you're good to go. You don't have to replace the whole rim case on the entire wheel. Second thing I love is that the design not only looks really nice, but it's a great way to hide some existing damage you might have on your rim as well. So not only are you going to prevent any future damage from happening, but if you're like me and you had some scuffs on there already, you put this over, it's like a nice, beautiful cover, and it looks great, looks perfect, and you're good to go. No one can tell there's any damage. And the third thing I love that I'm super excited about is not only is the design really nice, I think it looks great, but Magback, they've got a secret. They've got a new sort of design here, a new colorway that I love, and it's sort of this red accent on the rim case. I'm so excited to get these installed. I just got them. The box is sitting here. They just came in through FedEx, and look at this. Oh, I love the red accents. I love the red on black combo. So if you're looking for a way not only to protect the rims in your Tesla, but also sort of give your own unique look and flair to your car and help it stand out in a cool way that isn't like every other Tesla on the road, this is a great way to do that, accomplish it sort of 2-in-1, and this new red looks really, really good. Stay tuned for the install on this because can't wait to see how it looks on my red Model Y. Honestly, very few companies out here in the Tesla space really listen to their customers and deliver very practical and good-looking solutions, but Magback is one of those companies. They make an impeccable wireless charger that is my favorite for the Tesla, and also Rimcase is just designed for the Tesla in mind. They've got solutions for both the Model 3 and Model Y. If you want to learn more, hit the link down below and check out Rimcase for yourself today. And also use my coupon code, I think it's Robert Rosenfeld 15 to get 15% off your order. That coupon code Robert Rosenfeld 15 to get 15% off your order. Learn more and check out Rimcase for yourself today and use my special coupon code for those savings at the link right down below in the description. As of right now, the Model Y is in a bit of an awkward spot because while it is Tesla's best-selling vehicle and Tesla doesn't really need to change anything, it's still selling super well. If you compare it to the Model 3 and all the changes Tesla has brought to that vehicle, it's starting to look a bit less sleek and a bit less futuristic and a bit dated compared to the newer features that Tesla's giving to its little brother. The first big change is actually rolling out right now, and that is the form of these colored wraps. Tesla just announced a couple of weeks ago that they're rolling out several colors you can actually get in the form of a colored PPF wrap applied to your Model Y or even your Model 3, as long as it's a 2023 model year or newer. Now, some people aren't happy about the cost. It's not cheap. It's about $8,000 depending on the color you go for, but this is going to give you several cool color options that you can get installed directly from Tesla themselves that you cannot choose when you pick the standard paint color when you go to configure and then take delivery of your vehicle. It's sort of an aftermarket thing, though it's done directly from Tesla, and does sort of make the Model Y a bit more fresh and new and different, especially for those who don't want to deal with doing it themselves or having to go to a third-party aftermarket installer. The second big change we may see in addition to these new colored wraps is Tesla actually offering some new factory colors for the Model Y itself, and should be super exciting. At least for us in North America, we've got no change to the Model Y in terms of colors, but that should be changing very soon. A few weeks ago, Tesla's massive factory in Texas, Giga Texas, went offline for a few days, and one of the big rumors was that during that downtime, Tesla was upgrading the paint shop on site to be able to produce these new, richer colors. And drone footage over Giga Texas also suggests that Tesla is at least working on potentially a new color for the Model Y. Either it's the Stealth Gray, available on the new Model 3 over in different parts of the world, or this is Quicksilver, currently being offered from Giga Berlin. The theory right now is that this new paint shop would allow Tesla to bring some new colors, probably first to the Model Y, since the only vehicle being built at Giga Texas currently, besides Cybertruck, is going to be Model Y. And as the Model 3 is new and fresh and has all those new features, if Tesla is looking for a way to make the Model Y more exciting, some new colors would certainly be a way to do that. And here in North America, like I mentioned, we've seen no color changes, so some new colors, maybe one, two, or a few, would be super exciting to see, and hopefully something we see soon. The third change of the Model Y is very odd, and one that's currently rolling out only in China, and that's a slightly refreshed Model Y that many believe to be a sort of stopgap upgrade that is sort of the precursor to the larger Project Juniper Model Y that is the much larger frunk-to-trunk refresh. And while this new Model Y doesn't look like the Highland Model 3, it does bring over some of its top features that make this a bit more aesthetically exciting. Like it's got some black wheel covers on the 19-inch Gemini wheels, and on the inside it's ditching wood and that soft touch white material for a sort of new woven gray material that also includes an RGB ambient lighting strip inside to bring a little bit of that lighting magic from the new Model 3 over to the Model Y to make it a bit more fun and exciting and new and different, if I could use so many words in that sentence. As mentioned, this is only being built right now in China, so I'm not sure if this is going to be just a China exclusive, if this is going to make its way to other parts of the world, if it'll be in the US. We just don't know as of right now, though it does make sense, especially if this larger refresh is delayed a bit, to get you something in there for the Model Y that's a bit different and more exciting than just sort of leaving it unchanged, especially since, again, in contrast, the new Model 3 Highland refresh is significantly better in almost every single way. And then finally, what will ultimately be the biggest Model Y upgrade ever is coming soon and currently under wraps and in progress by Tesla. It's codenamed Project Juniper, and like Project Highland for the Model 3, this is going to be a substantial design change on the inside and outside. That's going to be the biggest upgrade and include the biggest changes the Model Y has ever seen since it debuted back in 2020. And like the original Model 3 and Model Y, they're going to share a lot of the same design DNA. Tesla's not going to reinvent the wheel here for both of these vehicles, but rather take the newer updates they brought to the Highland refresh, the new frunk, the new headlights, the new taillights, the interior stuff, ventilated seats, faster screen, rear screen, all that stuff, and bring that over to the Model Y. Now, the Model Y might have its own advantages besides having a hatchback. Maybe it'll have a special feature or two, but the Model 3 and Model Y share 99.999% of the same DNA. So I'd expect all of the major features of Highland to come to the Model Y, and it'll look the same. It'll have all those features. It'll be super exciting. But as of what we know right now, according to Reuters, who broke all this news with the Model 3 and Model Y, it's likely still a bit delayed. We wouldn't see this Model Y refresh announced officially from Tesla until the end of next year, if not early 2025. So we're still a solid year away from this bigger refresh, and the Model Y is going to remain probably largely unchanged unless Tesla sort of rolls out the plan I just sort of talked about. Moving on from that, this next bit of news is going to be super exciting for any Waze fans out there watching this video. I know many of you want Waze in your Tesla, and now it's finally coming in a way. Maybe the best features of Waze are coming to your Tesla very soon with this new software update. Popular Tesla hacker Green the Only did some digging in Tesla's recent code for software updates and found a new feature coming soon that would use the Tesla Vision cameras on your Tesla to detect objects in the road and then pass that data back to other Teslas through the internet-based routing and mapping system so cars would know what to avoid. So sort of how Waze works is how you could mark an object in the road or police by or whatever sort of near you. You could sort of map that on your phone, or then it's sort of crowdsourced to other vehicles and everyone using the Waze app. It'd be something similar for Tesla-only vehicles as well, that your car would automatically see that without you having to do anything. It would sort of flag it in the system, and then other Teslas around you sort of navigating in that same area would know what's going on and be able to avoid it. That is super cool and almost sort of puts Waze on autopilot in the best way possible. I know it's not exactly what Waze is, but it would be nice and definitely a step in the right direction, and would give you a cool feature to your Tesla with a free over-the-air update, hopefully coming soon. All right, guys, I'm curious, what are your thoughts on all this Tesla news for the week? Your thoughts on the updates, your thoughts on Model Y, Model 3 ludicrous mode. Are you interested or not? Let me know down below. Also, if you could please subscribe to TeslaNewsWeekly.com, I would appreciate it. I'm going to be doing some giveaways on there, and just a great way for me to connect with you guys and do some fun stuff. TeslaNewsWeekly.com, link down below. And also, just a little PSA. I'll be honest with you guys. The YouTube spam comments here are totally out of control, and I'm so sorry that there's people impersonating me in the comments trying to contact you. Let me be clear. I will never ask to talk to you on Telegram, and I will never ask you to pay a single dime for anything. I'm not going to do that. And people are unfortunately getting scammed out of money from people impersonating me, then having you go on Telegram, and just, it's ridiculous. So please do not reply to anybody in the comments who says you're a winner, I'm going to message you on Telegram. That's not me. Please just, if you see anyone commenting, maybe we can sort of help each other out and just, avoid that, because it's been a big problem. So just sort of a announcement here. I'm not on Telegram. I'm not talking to you guys and trying to get you to go on there and have you pay stuff. It's ridiculous. And I'm doing my best to do those content moderation tools that YouTube gives me, but there's only so much I can do. So please do not message me on Telegram. It's not me. It's fake. And I'll leave it at that. As always, thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate it. Thank you as always. I'm Robert Rosenfeld. I'll see you all in the next one.